Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You've been told to find the triangle area or the yellow area. Now, the best means to determine the area of this triangle is by first of all completing this figure to be a complete circle. So if you complete to be a complete circle, you know that the diameter, so if this is point A to point B, is the diameter. The diameter always subtend an angle of 90 degrees at the circumference. Meaning if this angle here was 90 degrees, then you know automatically this other length was going to meet the other end of the diameter, because it is the diameter which subtend an angle of 90 degrees at the circumference according to the Thales theorem. Now, what do we need to do to get the yellow area? So first of all, we need to get this length from A. If we let this point to be point C, now from A to C, that is the hypotenuse of this triangle. If the center is O, triangle AOC, the hypotenuse is AC. So how do we get the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse squared is adjacent squared plus opposite squared, which is 2 squared plus 1 squared. So there you'll get AC squared is equals to 2 squared plus 1 squared is going to be 4. That is 4 plus 1. So you get AC squared is 5. So once you get AC squared to be 5, that simply implies that AC is square root of 5. So it means this length here is root 5. From A to C, remember the center here is O, meaning from A to C is the same as from C to B, meaning this length is the same as this length. So it means if this length is root 5, then this length BC is also root 5. So we have point A, point C, point B. We can let this point to be D. So look at here, we have intersecting chords. You can see chord DB is intersecting with, you can let this to be called XY. So look at that. The chord DB is intersecting with chord XY at the point C. So if you use the theorem of intersecting chords, then it means from D to C, if you let it to be X, from D to C times from C to B, because we know chord DB is intersecting with chord XY at the point C. So if you put the point C in the middle, that is the point where they are intersecting. So what are we going to have? We are going to have from D to C times C to B. So DC times C to B is equals to XC times C to Y, the theorem of intersecting chords. So from D to C, you say this X, then from C to B is root 5. So X times root 5 is root 5x to be equals to X to C. From X to C, you can see it is 1, then it is times from C to Y. Now from C to Y is 1 plus 2. That is now going to be 1 times 3. So what do we get here to be X? We simply divide both sides by root 5. So that implies that you will get X will be 3 over root 5. So you found the value of X to be 3 over root 5. So once you found the value of X to be 3 over root 5, then we can now use Pythagoras theorem to get the length AD, because the longest side hypotenuse is 5. So what does that mean? Is root 5. So root 5 squared, so it means the length AD, one of the shorter sides AD, so it means AD squared will be AC squared, which is the hypotenuse, minus DC squared, because this angle is 90 degrees, so the hypotenuse is AC. So AC squared minus DC squared will give you AD. So when you substitute, what do you get? So you can see AC squared, already you found AC squared to be 5. So that will be 5 minus DC squared. So DC you found is the X, 3 over root 5. So 3 over root 5, if you square, you get 9 over 5, because 3 squared is 9, root 5 squared is 5. So you get 9 over 5. So what do you get there? So you get AD squared is equals to 5 minus 9 over 5. 5 is like 25 over 5 minus 9 over 5 will be 16 over 5. So we have AD squared is 16 over 5. So after finding AD squared to be 16 over 5, it means the length AD will be the square root of 16 over 5. So the square root of 16 over 5 will be 4 over root 5. So we found from A to D is 4 over root 5. Then from D to C is 3 over root 5. So AD is 4 over root 5. At the same time, we found DC to be 3 over root 5. So what is the yellow area? Now the yellow area will be the area of a triangle. So the yellow area will be the area of the triangle, which is a half base times height, because it is a right angle triangle. So that will be a half into base. We have 3 over root 5. Then it is times the height. We have 4 over root 5. So what do we get there? A half goes with 4 there. So here 2 goes there, 1, 2 goes here, 2. So we remain with 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6 over root 5 times root 5 is just 5. So it means the area of the triangle, or the yellow area, is 6 over 5. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the simplest means to determine the area of the triangle or the area of the yellow region. So if you have a much more simpler method, don't forget to leave it in the comments section. Thank you for watching, and see you again next time.